Good morning, America. President Biden keynotes the DNC, calls VP Kamala Harris the next president. Passing the torch.
Are you ready to elect Kamala Harris and Tim Walz?
President Joe Biden at the Democratic National Convention, greeted by a 4-minute standing ovation. The crowd chants.
Thank you.
Biden then spoke about America, democracy, and leaving the White House.
I love the job, but I love my country more.
Taking on Trump, touting Harris. As she makes a surprise appearance on stage, we have full team coverage.
Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu agrees to a bridging proposal for a ceasefire and a hostage-prisoner exchange as the IDF announces hostage bodies are being returned. And Israel strikes Gaza overnight. Will Hamas accept the deal? Gaining ground.
We're right on the border between Ukraine and Russia.
Ukrainian forces move forward into Russia in one of the biggest surprise battles of this war. Ukraine capturing hundreds of enemy fighters.
So we've just come into a prison at a secret location.
Ian Pannell is there live.
Deadly flooding. 2 people swept away by floodwaters in Connecticut. Deep water rescues and tens of millions of dollars in damage. Now what's ahead for the Northeast and the record heat in the South?
With summer travel in full swing, another setback for Boeing. The FAA orders inspections of pilot seats on certain planes. What we know this morning.
Taylor Swift visiting young victims of that deadly knife attack outside a special yoga class devoted to her music. Meeting 2 young survivors at her London concert as their mothers speak about the superstar.
Remembering Phil Donahue, the legendary TV talk show host known as the king of daytime talk. This morning, his life and legacy.
The Labor Day deals dropping earlier than ever. We'll tell you about the must-grab bargains to get right now and what to wait on until Black Friday.
Our house in the middle of our street.
And is your house in the hottest zip codes? What makes these towns so popular? And does yours make the cut?
Live in Times Square, this is Good Morning America.
This is Good Morning America. Good to have Will at the desk here with us. And we're looking forward to that exclusive on zip codes. But first, we got a lot of news to get to.
We sure do. Democratic National Convention started last night. President Biden took the stage in Chicago just before midnight, passed the torch to Vice President Kamala Harris, calling her tough, experienced, with enormous integrity. He also warned of the danger posed by Donald Trump, saying that democracy must be preserved.
We have team coverage from Chicago this morning. Our chief White House correspondent, Mary Bruce, she made it to Chicago. She's there on the convention floor and starts us off. Good morning to you, Mary.
Good morning, Robin. Well, this was a jam-packed and emotional first night. The president speaking for nearly an hour, going well past midnight. And in many ways, this was his swan song. The president touting and defending his record and making a forceful case for Kamala Harris to carry his legacy forward.
Your 46th president of the United States, Joe Biden.
Overnight, a teary-eyed Joe Biden taking the convention stage to a rousing standing ovation over 4 minutes long. The crowd chanting, "Thank you, Joe."
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
The president passing the torch to his vice president, Kamala Harris. They're watching on.
Selecting Kamala was the very first decision I made when I became our nominee. And it was the best decision I made my whole career.
It was not the address he had expected to give. The president speaking on the first night of what just a month ago he thought would be his convention.
It's been the honor of my lifetime to serve as your president. I love the job, but I love my country more.
The president ticking through his accomplishments, but arguing it's Harris, not him, who's now best suited to finish the job.
I promise I'll be the best volunteer Harris and Walz has Cam ever seen.
Harris making a surprise appearance on the stage earlier in the night and praising Biden.
Joe, thank you for your historic leadership, for your lifetime of service to our nation, and for all you will continue to do. We are forever grateful to you. Thank you, Joe.
The vice president, now the second woman to lead a major party's ticket. The first, former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, now also passing the torch.
Something is happening in America. You can feel it.
Clinton noting Harris could now be the one to finally break that glass ceiling.
This is our time, America. This is when we stand up. This is when we break through. The future is here. It's in our grasp. Let's go win it.
But the last word belonging to Biden, the president eager to cement his legacy and deliver the White House to Harris.
Let me know in my heart, when my days are through, America, America, I gave my best to you.
The party's past and future embracing on the stage. Harris appearing to tell Biden, "I love you so much."
Harris now heads to Milwaukee for a rally there tonight alongside her running mate Tim Walz. While back here on the convention floor tonight, the big headliners, the Obamas, the former president and Michelle Obama both delivering remarks. Then Wednesday is Walz's night before Harris's big moment on Thursday. George.
Okay, Mary, thanks. Let's bring in our chief Washington correspondent, Karl, Rachel Scott, who's covering the campaigns. John, let me begin with you. As Mary said, this was not the speech that Joe Biden expected to be giving just a few months ago, but he seemed to make the most of it.
He sure did, and he soaked in the adulation of this crowd, the gratitude of his crowd, not just for a career in public service, but for that decision that was largely forced on him at the end to bow out of the race and hand it over to Kamala Harris. You know, George, the speech was a little long. It was obviously late. It was after midnight when he got to the most important part of the speech, which you heard Mary cite, where he said the most important decision that he made in his entire career was selecting Kamala Harris as his running mate. And George, if she wins this election, that will almost certainly be true, the most consequential decision choosing her as his running mate.
No question. It's pretty clear that one of the key themes for the Democrats this week is going to be unity.
Yeah, absolutely unity. And you see unity here. This is such a contrast from the 2016 campaign where you had all the bitterness of the Bernie Sanders supporters. The entire Democratic Party here is unified behind Kamala Harris and energized in a way that, frankly, they were absolutely not energized under Joe Biden. And make no mistake, George, there is nobody here, for all the bitterness that is still there, that Biden was forced out of this race. He clearly believes he could have won if he had stayed in, but he really had no choice. There is nobody more vested in a Kamala Harris victory than Joe Biden. If she wins, his legacy is preserved. If she loses, he will largely take the blame. And Donald Trump has made it clear that he will do everything he can to pick apart everything that Joe Biden accomplished over the last 3.5 years.
No question about that. Let's bring in Rachel Scott. We do know that Donald Trump was out there campaigning yesterday in Pennsylvania. Typically mixed message.
It really was, George. And look, the challenge for Vice President Kamala Harris ahead of the election will be defining her own message. The challenge for former President Donald Trump will be staying focused on his message. So his campaign this week has him hitting all these different battleground states. Every single day is focused on a different theme, from the economy to the border to law and order. The former president largely stayed on script, but then he also veered off and he portrayed Harris as foreign. He questioned if Democrats really know where she came from. And also on social media, he's still fuming that President Biden is no longer in this race. It's a sign that the former president knows that this is a race that is now neck and neck. But almost every Republican that I talk to, they do not deny that Harris has gained some momentum since she entered the race, but they also still point out that Donald Trump does have a slight advantage on some of these key issues: the economy, crime, inflation. The question is whether or not Donald Trump can stay focused on those issues heading into the election, George.
It sure is a big question. Okay, Rachel, John, thanks very much. There were demonstrations over the war in Gaza outside the convention center ahead of President Biden's speech. Relatively subdued protests inside the hall. Chief National Correspondent Matt Gutman has the story. Good morning, Matt.
Hey, good morning, George. And protesters marched peacefully for hours before arriving at this park. You can see how close it is to the United Center. Then a splinter group came charging down this hill and began dismantling this barrier, actually removing parts of that steel cage, pouring into this buffer zone before hundreds of riot police converged, pushing them out, arresting 4 of them.
This morning, Chicago police bracing for another round of protests.
Come on, let's go!
after dozens breached the outer perimeter of the DNC late Monday.
Right now, you see protesters having broken through this barrier, trying to get into the convention center.
They'd gathered earlier, thousands of them, to condemn the Biden-Harris administration's handling of the Israel-Gaza conflict, the through line of the dozens of protest actions planned here this week. The march wove through Chicago, north of the convention center, where hundreds of officers on bikes formed a rolling barricade, hemming them in. Then, as they filled this park, tensions rising.
Some of them have wanted to turn right towards here, and you may be able to see that barricade of police. That's towards the convention center, and this appears to have set off some sort of fight.
That park right up against the DNC's steel cage perimeter, and there a smaller group of protesters disassembling parts of it, pouring into the breach and taunting police on the other side.
Riot police are moving in. They're about to push back these protesters who burst through this fence a few moments ago. They've got batons.
Riot police moving in from two sides, squeezing the protesters out of the buffer zone. After an hour, clearing the park.
Once they breached the fence, well, we knew that was problematic. We had to put an end to it.
Now, workers spent all night here reinforcing this barrier. You can see they added concrete and even these steel brackets here. Now, one of the events that law enforcement has been most concerned about is happening tonight. It's an unpermitted protest outside the Israeli consulate here in Chicago, set to take place at just about the time that former President Obama and others will take the stage at the United Center. Robin.
All right. Our thanks to you, Matt.
Yeah, and ABC News, of course, covering the Democratic National Convention in Chicago tonight in prime time. It streams on ABC News Live at 7 Eastern, then here on the network at 10.
And George, on the heels of Matt's report, overseers now, U.S. Secretary of State Blinken saying Israel has agreed to what's being called a bridging proposal for a ceasefire. Foreign correspondent Britt Clennett is in Tel Aviv with the latest. Good morning to you, Britt.
Good morning, Robin. Yeah, Blinken now in Egypt for more high-level talks, continuing this really flurry of diplomacy to reach a deal. The Secretary of State says Israel has accepted a bridging proposal and that the ball is now in Hamas's court to get a ceasefire done. Now, we don't know the details of that proposal, but Hamas already accusing Israel and the U.S. of adding new conditions that cross their red lines, including Hamas's demand for a permanent ceasefire. Now, Blinken in lengthy talks yesterday with Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu and the wife of American hostage Keith Siegel telling me that after speaking with Blinken, she wants to believe Keith will be home in just a few days. Hostage families understandably nervous. This morning, the IDF announcing another 6 hostage bodies are being returned from Gaza, and really no let up in the fighting either. Israeli strikes killing at least 10 people at a school in Gaza City this morning. Hezbollah and Israel also trading more rocket fire. This entire region very much still on edge. George.
No question about that. Okay, Britt, thanks. We're going to stay overseas to the war between Russia and Ukraine. Ukrainian troops have moved deeper inside Russia. Ian Panel's on the scene in Ukraine. Good morning, Ian.
Yeah, good morning, George. I think it's now clear that Ukraine has shaken up the dynamics of this conflict. And what's also clear is that over 2 weeks later, not only are they still inside Russia, but Vladimir Putin doesn't seem to have a response to this Ukrainian incursion.
This morning, astonishing new images of the moment Ukrainian forces broke into Russia, launching one of the biggest surprise battles of this war. You can see shell-shocked Russian forces surrendering amid the remains of their border-crossing stronghold. We travel to the border crossing. The men and machines of war drive through a landscape scarred by this conflict.
We're right on the border between Ukraine and Russia. You can see Ukrainian vehicles piling through the border crossing. Russia is literally just about 100 yards or so on the other side. 2 weeks ago, Ukraine launched one of the most audacious operations in this war, daring to take over Russian territory. And 2 weeks later, Vladimir Putin has yet to come up with an answer.
Ukraine says it's captured hundreds of enemy fighters.
So we've just come into a prison at a secret location. We can't tell you exactly where it is. It's in the Sumy region, which is very close to the border with Russia, where this operation began. And housed in all of these cells are Russian soldiers taken captive during this operation.
We were able to meet some of these prisoners of war, all young, all conscripts. In order to protect their identity, we've hidden their faces. The young soldier says, when they started shelling us, our commanders abandoned us.
Sorry, to be clear, your commanders fled and left you?
Yes, he says, they left to another city.
I mean, what was your reaction? They're all laughing.
But don't think Ukraine's having it all its own way. Russia's making serious gains in the eastern Donbass region. Today, more children were evacuated from their homes there. With mini flak jackets and helmets, they made a tearful farewell, like the children on the other side of the border, not knowing when they'd see home again.
Well, heartbreaking images there for those children. Just one other quick bit of information to give you. President Zelensky now admitting that he didn't tell the United States and other allies about this operation before it began for fear that they would be told in return that it was too risky. Will?
All right, Ian, panel for us in Ukraine. And back home now to the deadly flooding in the Northeast. A state of emergency issued as hundreds are evacuated. Trevor Ault is on the scene in Monroe, Connecticut with the latest. Trevor, good morning to you.
Good morning, Will. So there's a staggering number of roads here in Connecticut that look just like this, having been ripped away by these floodwaters with a huge pile of debris over the top, these massive trees over what is left here. The governor has declared a state of emergency, and we know at least 2 people have been killed, a 65-year-old woman and a 71-year-old woman. Both of them were swept away, not to mention a number of daring rescues that had to take place. So many people who were stranded inside their buildings. 18 people in a restaurant at once had to climb over a fire ladder. And this is not just a problem in Connecticut. We also know in New Jersey and New York, they had issues with roads being swept away too, and the amount of damage, the estimates, is already in the tens of millions of dollars. Robin?
No to clean up. All right, Trevor, our thanks to you. Now, another setback for aircraft maker Boeing. The FAA ordering inspections of the pilot seats in the company's 787 fleet. Faith Abube joins us now with more. Good morning to you, Faith.
Yeah, good morning to you, Robin. You'll remember that recent scary mid-air drop of a Boeing 787 LATAM flight. Well, the FAA says there have been 4 other recent incidents, and so they're now requiring the airlines to conduct new safety inspections. There are about 158 registered 787 planes here in the U.S. that are affected by this, more across the world. The inspection and fixes were meant to prevent the planes from plunging down in the middle of a flight. The FAA says the issue stems from an uncommanded movement of the captain's seat, which disconnects the plane's autopilot. One incident happened back in March. More than a dozen passengers were injured on that flight to New Zealand, the plane suddenly just taking a dive midair. The FAA says out of the 5 reports that it has received so far, the most recent was back in June. All of this to say that these airlines not only have to conduct these new safety inspections, they also have to take corrective action if they discover any new problems. Boeing says it does support this new directive. Robin.
And Faith, Boeing is grounding its test fleet of 777X planes?
Yeah, that's right, Robin. In another setback for the company, Boeing is now grounding the test fleet of the 777X planes. It said that during a post-flight inspection, they discovered that there was a failure in the part that actually holds up the plane's engine. Now, mind you, this is all coming as delivery for the jets are already 5 years behind schedule. Robin.
Challenging times for Boeing. All right. Our thanks to you, Faith.